Hello, I'm Mark Jenkins and welcome to my test studio in London. The idea of this studio is to include all the main methods of sound synthesis and keyboards and modules by all the main companies, so it's possible to compare one against another. Today we're looking at another KORG synth which harks back to 1980s and 1990s methods of sound synthesis. The first was the Op6, which used FM synthesis. The next yet to appear will be ModWave, based on the DW8000 digital synth. And this one, WaveState, is based on the WaveStation, which came out in 1990 and had a couple of keyboard versions and a couple of module versions. What's typical of the WaveStation, which used what's called wave sequencing technology? Well, this is a conventional synth. But this is the WaveStation or WaveState. So you can hear the sounds are something between a pad and a sequence with a lot of short percussive elements. And you can also see as it plays that there's 16 steps indicated here on these buttons, which also allow you to get at your banks of favourite sounds, 4 times 16. More about wave sequencing technology. This system appeared on the WaveStation in 1990, and some fantastic pads and textures found their way onto movie soundtracks, for example, where almost nothing else needed to be added. But it was quite difficult to access the wave sequences. Now on the WaveState, all sounds are in up to 4 layers. You can access the wave sequence for all of those. You have 8 editing knobs which determine details of the wave sequence, then editing knobs for filter and envelope, and another 2 for effects, including reverb and delay. Finally, LFOs can be assigned to filter, amplifier, pitch and pan position, and tempo synchronized. On the LFOs you have a huge choice of waveforms, and these can be assigned to filter, amplifier, pitch and pan position of your sound. Let's look in more detail at these layers in each wave sequence. We can change the filter for layer A, and now we leave layer A as it is and edit the filter on layer B. And layer C. None of this was easy to get at on the original WaveStation, so you immediately have a huge leap in technology, making it easier to edit these sounds. Let's have a look at that in a bit more detail. The wave sequence plays in what's called a lane, and it's possible to change the basic sample involved in each lane. So let's have a listen to this slap in the face. But now we're going to change the sample assigned to each lane. So again, quick and easy access to that aspect of the sound, and you're not limited to wave sequencing sounds. You can have a simple pad. Let's have a look at more fun with wave sequences. You can have a highly randomized sequence such as this one, which I think is having a bit of a joke with contemporary composers. There's a lot of randomness going on there, and there's another sound which also has a bit of a dig at contemporary composers, perhaps like Karl-Heinz Stockhausen. So you can hear a lot of randomization going on there, both in terms of the sample played and the speed at which you get to the next sample. Here's another one with a sonic reference to Aaron Copland. And something a bit more science fiction-y. Onto the performance controls. The joystick can mix between the 4 wave sequence layers. Pitch bend and modulation are quite conventional, and there's octave up and down to compensate for the short keyboard. And there's an arpeggiator. You may think the WaveState doesn't need an arpeggiator, but it can add a lot to the sequence patterns. It can also latch on so it plays with your hands off the keyboard. A quick look at the effects section. You can choose pre-effects, including compressor, parametric EQs, ring modulator, and modulation effects from vintage chorus to phaser, ensemble, flanger, then delays, usual ping-pongs and a tape echo simulation and others, and reverb with a lot of control over the reverb length and so on. And then you quickly mix these into your sound. Finally, a quick look at the performance modification knobs. These are the 8 white knobs to the bottom left of the panel. And in adjusting these, you have these miniature sequence displays which help to edit the pattern. Physically, how does the WaveState line up? Well, it's a highly compact synth, super lightweight too, easy to pick up. So it's an excellent proposition either for using in the studio or for taking to gigs and recording sessions. And just keep in mind, in terms of stage performance, that it doesn't just make these wave sequence patterns. It has plenty going on in terms of conventional pads, strings, piano, organ and so on. By the way, if you like artists like Jean-Michel Jarre and Tangerine Dream, you'll find a huge amount to appeal to you on the WaveState. possibilities too for chiptune music. And lots of possibilities for all sorts of techno and dance music. Something here for Pink Floyd fans. There's not a lot of lead line sounds in the WaveState factory presets, but it's clearly something the keyboard is capable of doing. Let's just go out with a few more WaveState sounds. I hope you enjoyed the feature. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So that's our look at the KORG WaveState. In terms of cost, it's just over £500 in the UK, and I think it's a fantastic option for stage and studio use. Compact, lightweight, but also capable of a wide range of experimental sounds and the more conventional strings, pads and pianos that you often need. Well, that's the end of that feature. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There'll be a lot more to come.